Hoping to bring justice to their angel Olivia, now Olivia's family feels power in sharing her story.
I do feel empowered by talking about it because the truth didn't come out.
Olivia Schnacker was hit by a car on Easter Sunday when she was riding her bike across the crosswalk here with her brother and sister. Her brother and sister actually made it safely to this side, and Olivia was hit just before she could safely meet her brother and sister. The driver, who was coming this direction, said that she couldn't see the children because the sun was in her eyes.
You shouldn't be traveling down the road if you can't see.
The collision report has faulted Olivia in her death for not obeying traffic signals. The driver not at fault for anything.
If she had slowed down even more or come to a stop because she couldn't see, this never would have happened.
Let's go back to that Easter Sunday just after 6 p.m. Jason Maestas and his wife Ernestina saw the whole thing happen.
I stopped at the stop sign. We were getting ready to make a left-hand turn down U-Stick.
Jason's a witness in the report and even writes a statement. Jason says he saw the children riding their bikes north to south and that he believed the light was red. His wife, Ernestina, also a witness, was never interviewed, but says she saw the same thing.
My husband, Jason, actually approached one of the officers and said my wife saw everything happen too. Did she need a statement as well? And the officer actually said no.
Shortly after the collision, police, who Mindy Schnacker says did not secure the crime scene,
there was no police tape around anything. There were no cones.
Went to a neighbor's home to retrieve Olivia's bike. Olivia's sister and brother were there and without permission from either parent conducted an official interview. It was recorded while cartoons played in the background.
Did you guys hit the light to go, or what were the lights doing?
We hit the light. I don't really know what it was, but my sister told us to go, so we started going.
And it was turning lights, and it didn't turn red, and then she got hit.
But the police report says something else. The report says neither brother or sister could remember what the crosswalk light had displayed. The interview then continues.
You don't remember if it said walk or not? Okay.
To Mindy, her children's answer is correct.
It never says walk. It is a color, and my son says in the audio, the light was white.
Back to our witnesses. A week after the accident, Jason, whose statement in the police report is his same statement today, gets a follow-up call from a detective.
I had the feeling they were, trying to get me to change how I wrote my statement, to try and say, the car was in the opposite lane that it was, that I saw the kids go in the opposite direction, and he kind of kept, pressuring me into, changing it. He goes, well, the kids were going the opposite way. Is that how you want to say it? And I said, well, no, they were going, this way. And it was just kind of back and forth. And then, the call lasted maybe 10 minutes. And then the call, we ended the call, and I never heard back from anybody after that.
After reading the police reports, something Mindy has now done multiple times, she has regret.
I really do feel like this should have been talked about from day one.
That was Lauren Johnson reporting. Now, she reached out to Boise police yesterday about policies regarding interviewing children without parents' permission and witnesses not being interviewed.
Yeah, Boise PD responded with this statement, quote, members of the police department follow protocols that best serve the needs of each investigation. The investigation into the tragic events of April 20th was complex and involved a large and diverse amount of evidence, and at this time all members involved in the investigation appear to have followed department training. Their careful review and decision does not to file criminal charges in no way lessens the tragic consequences of the collision.